Hello YouTube, how are you all doing this evening? Hope everyone is well. Anyways, first off, I gotta apologize. I seem to be doing that a lot lately. Today's Wednesday. I do have a whip on the go. It's my donut for Judy's Book Buddy AU little mini challenge she's doing, or make-along she's doing this year. Anyways, I never showed you guys the last Book Buddy I made. Totally forgot all about it. I did take the picture and I uploaded it to Facebook and all that. I entered it into Judy's to be in the slideshow this month, for this past month, and I never showed it. So I'm gonna do it now just because it's sitting here and I don't want to forget. So this is gonna be an FO and a WIP video for you guys. So the last book she did was about a little girl and her dog chasing this falling star. And I thought, perfect, because one of the donuts that are in my book is a star. So when the hubby and I went to the camper 2 weeks ago, I took the star project with me because it's a time sensitive project. And then I took my socks, which was my Saturday's project, and my cowl or my infinity scarf or my snood, however you want to call it. I call it an infinity scarf. The book calls it a snood. Took it with me for Sunday's project. Never did actually work on it Sunday. I just did socks and the star. But I had 3 projects with me for the weekend when I was at the camper. And Saturday late evening, I worked on the star. Actually, I worked on it only one day. Like I had it all made in one day. And well, 2, I guess you could kind of say, because the one peak of the star, like one of the points, there was 2 small and 3 larger sizes. And when I finished the 3rd largest size, I had done both small ones, by the way. But when I did the 3rd largest size, I kind of placed it on top of the donut just to look at it to see what I felt about the points and such. And I'm looking at it thinking, this really looks wrong. I don't know what it is. And I'd already cut it from the ball, which I got to stop doing that because it was oversized. I think I did a couple extra rounds of increasing and maybe lost track where I was. I don't know. I was super tired. Sorry about that. Speaking of super tired, I'm almost ready for bed now. So I ripped out the third or the final point of the 5 points. So ripped about 3/4 of the way out. So I knew that one was the one that was wrong. So when I got up Sunday, I ripped it out completely and then I remade it. And then I stuffed all the pieces and put it together. Now there's supposed to be little pink little cheek circles. I did not do those. I just did the star with the eyes. I think it's adorable. Like these are great. Like this one is a little overstuffed probably. Now the donut part's not bad, but the points are a little overstuffed. But I still think a little toddler could easily hold on to hopefully these. But yep, that's my book buddy for the second book of March. So it's now been photographed, entered, videotaped. It's now going into the complete pile over there. Oops, not sitting on the table. No big deal, it was plastic. So it's going over there because I am going to take a picture of all the book buddies together. So the new book for the month of April, the first half of April, I kind of in a way wish Judy had put this book last, just because there was multiple different characters I could make from the book. And I'm hoping not to do any duplicates. So we'll see. So I had, like I said, multiple varieties of animals. I want to do the rhinoceros, but I didn't really have any deep gray color. Like all my gray actually is low supply. So that's definitely a color I may have to consider picking up next time I go yarn shopping. I seem to be going through my gray a lot lately. And on what exactly, I don't know. Well, I know I went through a lot on that one baby blanket. And I did do a koala bear donut. But other than that, I really don't know where all my gray went. It just seems like I never have any in stock. So, again, what book am I working out of? I'm working out of the Crochet Donut Buddies. It has 50 easy amigurumi patterns for collectible crochet toys. Most of them are animals. There are a few non-animal items, but most of them are an animal. And I think they're really cute. Like there's some that I really can't wait to make. Now I got this out of a store in my city. It's called Lens Mills. It's like a mom pop type store. There's only I think 2 locations of Lens Mills, maybe 3, and it's only Canadian. So all you guys in the US, I am so sorry. I do not know if this book's available anywhere else. You may want to check your library, your used bookstores, or your cheapy type bookstores, or Amazon. I really don't know where else you could get this book. I've never gone searching for it, so I couldn't tell you. But anyway, so here's the cover of the book. For those who are maybe interested, take a still picture of it so you can compare to make sure you got the right book. Because there are a couple other books back here. I may actually look into maybe see if I can find there are other amigurumis. Oh, sorry, I had my book block my face. There are other amigurumis, but there are other books available. I don't know if I showed you guys the barcode. If you guys can scan that, I could tell you where it could be found or not. I don't think it works that way. I just realized my son is done in 2 different tones of yellow. Oh, well, I did mine all in the same. Anyways, so which animal? Actually, I haven't done the sun yet, I don't think. Which animal did I go with? Sorry about that. I got sidetracked. Well, like I said, there was multiple animals. I did want to do the rhinoceros. The rhinoceros. But like I said, didn't have gray. I could have done it in a funky color. Didn't feel like it. So I thought, okay, what can I make that will help me use up some supplies? Preferably smaller balls. Well, there was a turtle involved in the story. I thought, perfect. Now, some of the donuts, you just make the donut part itself. Like the sun itself is just the donut and then the 5 peaks. Some of them, like the sheep, for example, was the donut itself plus an icing layer. Now, I do my icing layer different than what the book says. The first one I did with an icing, which was the koala bear, I think. I did it as it instructed me to, as in do the donut, stuff it, sew it together, make the icing, and then sew it on top. Did not like doing it that way because when you sew in the center part of it, it does make it harder to do so. So what I do is I do the donut part, but I don't stuff and sew it yet if there's icing involved. And then what I'll do is rejoin the icing and then work it back in the opposite direction if possible and do the icing and then leave a long tail though when I join the icing in the center part of it, so the least amount of stitches, and then a long tail when I finish the icing. So the 2 tails, like the long tail in the center section, will sew the donut closed. The long tail at the end of the icing section will sew the icing down to the donut. So anyhow, this one has the icing on it, so I thought, okay. And in the picture down below here, it shows it's got like a beige, creamy belly. So down here, it's got a beige, cream belly, a brown shell, and a green, body parts. Here, I'll show you this turtle. I might be able to see it a little better. Now, I'm not putting the flowers on it, just so you know. I'm going to do it without the flowers. It's the second animal, actually, the sheep called for a flower as well, and I didn't bother with it either. So it's got 3 colors. I thought perfect, great way to, like I said, use up small amounts of yarn. So here's the main part of the donut. Like I said, it's not stuffed yet because I want to put the icing on it. And what I'll do is then I'll turn it this way, and then where my chain is, I'll join the shell color, which I'm using this light brown. Oh, the creamy color. I've got this much left, like good little amount. But then the icing, or the shell part of the turtle, I'm going to do it in this brown. I could have done it in darker brown, but I decided to go with the light brown due to, and see, I could have done also my belly in this light brown, although I don't really think I would have had enough, so I'm glad I didn't go that way. And then dark brown shell, that would have looked good as well. I'm doing the icing in that color, and then the head, the limbs, and the tail, I'm doing in this darker green. So I think those three colors will look good together. Now, the lighter green that kind of mimics the green in the picture, I think would have been a better green to use. Then I would have gone a darker brown. And I know I've had that a green in my possession in the past, similar to that shade, but it's not my top bin, not that I could find. So I'm going to have to assume it's in my second bin down. And if that's the case, that means it's probably only about yay big. Because that bin's got a lot of my smaller. So I had an elastic on this at one point, and the one I had on it aged poorly and then broke, and a lot of little pieces that are stuck to it and are super, super hard. Driving me nuts. So anyways, so that's the colors I picked for the turtle. This weekend for us, and I believe US as well, possibly other places around the world, I do not know, but I know for us in Canada, it's our Easter weekend. Hubby has a Friday off because of it. Him and our son both have Friday off for being Good Friday. So I know we're going to the camper. So will I have a finished video for you guys this week? No. Unless, okay, I can't say no, because tomorrow's project is my amigurumi book, the other amigurumi book I'm working on that you guys vote for, and I'm currently working on the bunny. I'm going to switch the bunny and do it on Friday while at the camper, or maybe a bit tomorrow, because I've done a fair bit on that bunny, so I may actually do a bit on it tomorrow, but I'm going to focus first thing tomorrow on finishing the turtle, because I know it won't take me much longer to finish it. I've only got a few bits and pieces to do and put it together. And what I like about it is the eyes aren't going on the donut part, and as you guys have seen in past videos, some of the eyes have been either way off as to where I placed them, or way too far into the center, or some of them had real bad placing. I'm glad this one, the eyes go actually on the head of the turtle. But anyways, I'm gonna finish hopefully my turtle tomorrow. Like I said, probably within an hour or two I can have it done. Then I'm gonna do the video for it, because that's gonna be the only finished object I'll have for you guys for Friday. But I'm gonna record it tomorrow, and then rest of tomorrow I'll work on the bunny, and I will do a video tomorrow for the bunny. So I'll record 2 videos tomorrow, but one will be getting released tomorrow. And as long as I remember, I'll release Friday's finished object, which will be the turtle, on Friday. Unless for some reason I don't get it done. Like I said, I usually could do these up in one day. And if I got the donut part made, I just have the icing, the head, the tail, and the 4 limbs. It really isn't going to take me long. I don't see why I won't have it done, unless for some reason I end up not being home all day, which I've got nothing planned. So to my knowledge, it will be done tomorrow. And then Friday, what I'll do is when hubby says, okay, let's go to the trailer, I'm going to tell him, well, give me half an hour. I've got something to upload, and upload my videos then. So anyways, guys, again, I apologize about the star. I should have shown that, because when we got home to the trailer 2 weeks ago on the Sunday, last Friday, I did do a finished video for you guys, but I believe it was only the baby hat, because the star and the yellow yarn was still in the bag with the book. So I'm certain, and I took the picture at the trailer, not here at home. So I'm pretty certain, even if I go back and look at last Friday's finished video, I think it was only the baby hat I did in that video, no star. Because had I done the star, it would not have been put back in the bag. It would have been put, like I said, over there with all the other donuts. Anyways, guys, I have kept you long enough. I am so sorry about that. You guys have a great evening, and I will see you on Thursday at some time, hopefully. Anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by. If you're new and you like what you see, consider hitting the subscription button, turning on notifications. I am mainly a crocheting and knitting channel. Occasionally I'll pop up other videos, but that's mainly what it is. Hopefully this year I'll have a little greenhouse garden on my balcony for you guys. But my neighbor, I don't get along too well with him, and I don't know how much recording I really plan on doing out on the balcony, because he always has his balcony door open, and I really don't need him coming out and listening. And he's the type of I can name him with the B word real easily that does not need to know my business. I really don't like the guy. I'm sorry. Yeah, you guys can imagine probably where my thoughts are with him. Anyway, but I am hoping to do some recording outside on the balcony. I know I could do like premieres, and that way then, I don't know, I'll figure out something somehow to record once I get my gardening going. It's not going to be a very big garden. It's just going to be a few things I'm going to do this year just to see how well I do on the balcony with growing and remembering, I got things growing out there. And then, especially if I'm going to be gone for 3-4 days. And yeah, we'll see how well the gardening goes. It may not survive. At least at my camper, the only thing I got growing up there is my little rose bush. And I'm not there for a week or two. Like, I give it good water before I leave to come home. And then I pray that, we get some good rain while I'm gone. Anyways, guys, so again, if you're new, please consider subscribing, hit the notification bell. Like I said, you never know what you'll get with me. Bye for now, everybody.